The Battle of Buxar was a decisive conflict that took place on October 22, 1764, near the town of Buxar in present-day Bihar, India. The battle was fought between the British East India Company and the combined forces of the Mughal Emperor Shah Alam II, the Nawab of Bengal Mir Qasim, and the Nawab of Awadh Shuja-ud-Dawla. The British were led by Major Hector Munro, while the Allied forces were commanded by the Mughal Prince Mirza Najaf Khan. The root cause of the conflict was the dispute between the British East India Company and the Nawab of Bengal over the collection of revenue and the misuse of trade permits, which led to the imposition of economic sanctions by the British. The Nawab, in turn, formed an alliance with the Mughal Emperor and the Nawab of Awadh to challenge British authority in India. The combined forces of the Mughal Emperor and the two Nawabs, numbering around 40,000 soldiers, faced off against a British force of around 7,000 troops, including European and Indian soldiers. The British forces were equipped with modern weaponry, including muskets and artillery, while the Indian forces relied on traditional weapons like swords, spears, and bows. The battle began with a cannonade from the British artillery, which caused significant casualties among the Indian forces. The Indian soldiers responded with a fierce cavalry charge, but were unable to break the British lines. The British then launched a counterattack, which led to the rout of the Indian forces. The battle lasted for several hours, and the Indian forces suffered heavy casualties, with over 2,000 soldiers killed or wounded. The aftermath of the battle was significant, as it paved the way for British domination of India. The victory at Buxar allowed the British to consolidate their control over Bengal, Bihar, and Orissa, which were among the wealthiest and most populous regions of India. The British were also able to secure favorable economic and political treaties with the Mughal Emperor and the Nawab of Awadh. In conclusion, the Battle of Buxar was a turning point in the history of India, as it marked the beginning of British colonial rule over the subcontinent. The battle demonstrated the superiority of modern European military tactics and weaponry over traditional Indian methods of warfare, and paved the way for British economic and political domination of India for over 200 years.